The last section we need to cover with your Gmail account are your settings. So you want to make sure that you're back in your Mail app, that Mail is highlighted in the black bar, and that it says Mail over on the left-hand side. And you're going to click on your little gear on the right-hand side for your settings. The first thing I want to show you is your display density. I personally like cozy, but if you like something a little more compact, watch what happens when I click on compact. It kind of squishes everything together. If you want it to be a little more comfortable, you can have it spread out a little more. It's really personal preference. Let's go into Mail settings. So I clicked on the gear and I'm going to come down here to settings. I also want to show you where you can turn off conversation view. So this is where those emails are grouped together when they have the same topic. If you just hate that and it drives you crazy, this is where you can turn that off. I find it to be very valuable. If you keep scrolling down, you'll notice I'm on the General tab under Settings. If you keep scrolling down, you will find the section where you can insert your email signature. Anytime you make changes in your Gmail settings, you will need to scroll down to the very bottom and make sure you save those changes. When you make changes and you save them, it automatically dumps you back into your email inbox. If you need to make more changes, you have to go back to your gear and back into settings. So now you know how to turn off conversation view and you know how to insert a signature. So let's talk about labs. That's this tab over here kind of on the right hand side. Gmail Labs are part of Google's 20% project, where they let their employees just kind of work on special projects for 20% of their work time. So I like to describe it as a bunch of geeks sitting around in a computer lab trying to figure out things that they can test out on the general public. That's us. So you'll notice up here that they even have a disclaimer that they may break, change, disappear at any time. But there are a couple of labs that I think you need on your Gmail account that will make things easier for you. The first one I think that you need to get is undo send. So I just started searching for undo and it's the first lab that comes up. So you first need to enable this lab and then click on save changes. And it's going to take you back into your inbox. You come back over to settings. On your general tab, now that you have enabled undo send, it shows up in your general tab. It shows that you have enabled this lab. The default is 10 seconds. I personally changed mine to 30 seconds because I need all the time I can get. So let me show you what this looks like when you go to send a message. When you click on send after you have enabled undo send, your message goes into a little buffer for 30 seconds. So for 30 seconds you're in a holding pattern and you see this undo button. So if I click on undo, it brings that message back into my compose screen and does not send it. So there is a 30-second delay if you have undo send enabled and you have chosen 30 seconds. Another lab that I want to show you is called default text styling. Default text styling. So once you have this lab enabled, in your general tab, this allows you to change what the body of your text looks like in an email. So you format your text here and that's what it's going to look like when you send an email. There are many labs that you can kind of play around with. Canned response is a good one. If somebody is constantly asking you the same question over and over again, you can use canned response, which creates a drop-down list of pre-composed emails that are just inserted into the body of your email when you send them. So in all your spare time, you can search through all of the labs that are available to you and play around with those. And I think you are ready to be a Gmail ninja now.